Howdy. Quite much going on at the moment. Mental floss. I thought that's really funny or interesting or however you want to put it. Searching for the rabbit and checking out how deep the rabbit hole goes and all these kind of things. And I don't know what's about with the rabbit, but this popped up. Why medieval artists doodled killer bunnies in their manuscript margins. Flip through enough 13th and 14th century manuscripts, you're likely to come across a starting image in the margins. A group of bunnies roasting hunters over a fire and boiling their hounds. It's called The Rabbit's Revenge. And it was a fairly popular among and it was fairly popular among medieval texts. Today rabbits are most commonly depicted through their softer side. People tend to emphasize their cuddliness or view them as symbol that herald the arrival of spring. Yeah, it's soon Easter. Of course, it's easy to forget that rabbits have destructive tendencies too, as anyone who has had their garden plants eaten by a leopard interloper can attest. Leopard interloper. But even that ravenous streak pales in comparison to the way that were frequently depicted in medieval manuscripts. From hunter to hunter. Yeah, that's a brave rabbit. Yeah, that's really interesting. This rabbit Venus. The rabbits in the dolleries of the 14th century Smithfield decretals were truly fearsome beasts. Far from being sweet and adorable rabbits in the margins and illuminated letters of these texts, which were entirely made and illustrated by hand before the invention of the printing press in the mid 15th century, are frequently shown wielding swords, axes, and bows and arrows as they fight against and sometimes kill those often hunted them. These kinds of medieval images in the margins, known as drolleries, were characterized by outlandish scenes that often reversed the dynamics of the real world. In the Middle Ages, people liked to portray scenarios and illustrations as the opposite of how they were in reality. This gave rise to the expression the world turned upside down when referring to culture of this era. Really interesting. I haven't read that yet. In these manuscripts, the rabbits, which were traditionally regarded as timid and gentle, and frequently hunted by humans and their hounds, instead become vicious killers themselves. Anarchism in miniature. Yeah, I don't know what's written there. I'm not able to speak Latin, but this one is holding a shield with thunderbolts in it or on it. It's a dog, I guess. Yeah, that's a yeah, that's really interesting. Is that a Fibonacci spiral? This might be some important person. We have a thunderbird here. So we have basically a dragon, thunderbolts, and whatever thing this is. This could be filaments of some plasma discharge, and this is just depicted as that. Some parrot instability kind of thing, or a meat-eating plant. I don't know. A particularly odd scene from the breviary of Renaud de Bar, created between 1302 and 1303. Really interesting. The idea of the world turned upside down appealed to artists because they offered them a chance to safely rebel. At least on a small scale. So maybe have been right that this person might be someone real. Anyway, against the severe inequalities of the feudal systems of their age. Yeah, it didn't change anything since then. Anyway, the doodles were also a way to entertain people amid the oppressive nature of society at the time. Yeah, that's still the same. When was that? 1302? Yeah, nothing changed in 720 years. The interest during the medieval times also found expression in events such as feasts of misrule, riotous parties in which workers were temporarily treated like kings and lords like commoners. Yeah, this doesn't happen anymore today. Too many kings. These events didn't seek to seriously challenge the social hierarchy, but instead acted as a kind of escapism for both the people in power and the powerless. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me, but anyway. There must be something wrong with the people in power if they try to escape it, but don't manage. Just go home. The visual idea of rabbits slaying those who normally hounded them can therefore be seen as a metamorph for this role reversal, a form of anarchism in miniature. So each Easter, when we are confronted by images of the mild and friendly Easter bunny handing out treats and trinkets, let's remember this incarnation is just one of the many ways in which rabbits have been portrayed throughout history. Yeah, so might remember this video about the golden rabbit with a dragon tattoo. So we have to be aware of the rabbits. They can be dangerous. So I think it's also really interesting to have a golden rabbit with a dragon tattoo. Yeah, but anyway, I thought I still wanted to show you one thing. We have Kaiserstuhl Vulcano in southern Germany. Here is the River Rhine going up like that. There's more volcanoes up here. Here is Kaiserstuhl Vulcano. Clermont-Ferrand somewhere here. And now it doesn't look that bad anymore. But earlier today, there was here and here really massive lightning strike regions. Big, strong lightning. The volcano is here. So it is in between, and we have, of course, the connection with through the river. And then also Very heavy lightning in the Alps. Quite much going on. And I guess here's Albstadt. No, it's not. But all these regions here are geothermally really active. And I still think there's no coincidence that we have this kind of strong lightning activity. And yeah, it's not visible here. There's nothing going on, obviously, but let's put the IR on. Here we have these quake activities in several weeks. And it seems they're got some low pressure system locked in into that place. And I have been talking since quite some time that there's something going on. Something is trying to make a connection from here. Now, obviously, the connection from the equatorial cloud band, or however, equatorial jet stream. There are many names, I guess, for that. I don't remember any of those. But anyway, it established a connection to this region now. And somehow it seems, since we have the American magnetic anomaly there seems to be a straight connection to the northern part of, what is it, Algeria, Morocco, where we had many, many quakes. This is now 7 days. There is something going on. We have also a little bit deeper ones, 30 kilometers. That's a shallower. 30. Yeah, there's quite much going on. There's even a deeper one. 7 days ago was 60 kilometers. This might be something volcanic or not. There are many possibilities at the region there. And there's also something going on at the Siberian traps. Was it this one? No, there was here. 17 hours ago, 118 kilometers in depth. Really interesting. In the river bend. There's a nice fractal figure. But anyway, there are these patches all over the place. And I couldn't figure out what they're doing. Is this some forestry? It doesn't seem like mining. It doesn't seem like oil and gas drilling. Something they are doing, but the imagery is really poor. Sorry for whistling. Really interesting, since I have wondered about this region like being really calm, the Siberian traps. I have been talking many times about these Siberian traps here. That's high, that's low. Mountains and lowlands with a repetitive fractal up here. It's not visible on this map. We cannot zoom out enough. But anyway, there is quite something going on weather-wise. And since weather includes also quakes. Yeah, planetary changes. And yeah, we just have to be aware of the changes. They can happen really quickly. So don't be surprised if there's something unprecedented happening. Let's have just a quick look about the Clermont-Ferrand region. 24 hours. Yeah, there's still something. There's all the time. 1 hour ago. 5 kilometers in depth, 20 hours, 17, 13, 12, 1. So there is still something going on. And yeah, it could be an endless video about many things, but I'm really excited. I got to do much work, which is really interesting. There would be so many things to do, and yeah, I try to make some videos every now and then. Yeah, let's see how it will develop. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.